What's good, y'all? It's your boy Plowtree back with another video. If you've seen the last video, appreciate it. If you're back again, I really do. If you haven't seen it, consider checking it out. Consider subscribing if you do like this one. Today we're going to be doing a review of Spider-Man 2. I know if you've seen the title of this video, you probably already think I don't like this game. I do like this game. I love this game. I don't have a choice since I love Spider-Man. There's no other Spider-Man game for me to love besides this one. So you're in between a rock and a hard place, kind of like with 2K or Madden. I don't even like Madden, but with that, frankly, what I mean is, what options do you have as far as a new Spider-Man alternative that you want to play? I mean, a premium game. So you got to have one of these consoles. You got to have a PS5. I mean, really not one of these. You got to have that one to play it. So I mean, if you don't have that, I guess you could put in like on your phone here. Let me screen record first so I don't have to redo this shit. I don't like having to redo shit. So I'm gonna type in Spiderman. Okay, Marvel Strike Force. So I know what that is. That's not the same thing. You're gonna play with some cards and look at some graphics and stuff. I don't want to play that. Super Fighter 3 Open City. Okay, this looks like Spider-Man 2 on PC. If your life was like that and you didn't exactly have the PS2 one. I have a PS2, bro, but like I had it from back then. I still got it, but like I just had the PC one. It's weird. I don't know why.
Now it's time to test your swinging skills. See this web thingy? Easy. Oh, that was delightful. Nice move.
Grand Spider Hero City War. His pants tight as hell. Look at bro. Why is he? Whatever, bro. He got a rope that he swings from, but he also webbed this dude to the ground. Splunked him to the ground. Whatever. Marvel Contest of Champions. I know what that is. Okay, so that's like Marvel Nemesis for DS, PSP, whatever you had. But that's my point though. These are your options. What's good? It's Smart Plowtree here, and I can drink lemonade out of this. I just wanted to drop a disclaimer before I get into the review. In no way, shape, or form do I mean to discredit Insomniac or the developers. I'm pretty sure I couldn't make a game half as good as this one. I don't work there, so I don't know why some of the decisions were made. Maybe they were for the greater good. I would have no way of knowing that. I forgot to mention Spider Fighter 2 on iOS. That shit actually looked lit, so I'm probably gonna play that. Also, y'all can sponsor me too if y'all want to. That's cool. I know I ain't got that many subscribers right now, but it's not always gonna be that way. So I decided to play on Spectacular. This could have slightly skewed my opinion, but for the most part, the shit I'm complaining about is pretty consistent throughout this. I also don't hate this fucking game, by the way. So with that being said, the first thing I actually wanted to touch on was the story and or plot itself. Now I'm going to kind of break this up into two parts because the side missions kind of intertwine with it a little bit, and then you also have your main story, of course. So I just want to show this clip here first. You do have some side missions with Mysterio that you can do throughout the game. This one here is a forced introduction into those. So I didn't really like it. Just kind of check this out real quick, then we'll get back into it.
That's what I like. Here it comes, y'all. Let's go. All right, let's break this down. Nice.
Right. So if I wanted to play Guitar Hero or Rock Band or something, I would totally play that. Combat is about the same as Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales. There's not too much that's different here. Aside from some of the nuances though, actually. So with a game like this, the combat and the story is going to be the most important thing. And I feel like they kind of both took a hit here. There weren't any unnecessary changes made with the combat per se, but it just feels like it's too much. Like, I don't know, I have an issue with comparing games like this to Batman Arkham, which they never will be one of those games. But honestly, times have changed. I'm sure they want to make a legacy for themselves. They're not trying to make Rocksteady Arkham games. There's a lot of new mechanics in this that didn't exist in that one too. So with that being said, like, presentation is not one of the problems. This game did have some issues to me though, which we're gonna get into, but it definitely wasn't the presentation or any of the game mechanics themselves per se.
Okay, time to go.
Are you okay?
So for me, the presentation was seriously amazing, as I expected. But with the combat, there's too much shit going on the screen. Like as you can see here, I get attacked by one of these robot dogs. I'm hanging off the map, and then I just go into a swing kick. I guess it falls off the map and dies or what have you. Then I get punched by some guy. There's a lot of shit going on, and sometimes I feel like you can't see the dodge indicators, as well as, I don't know, like one time I hit an enemy, it was the lizard. I think he did like a 3,500 RPM spin when I hit him with a tentacle. It's just like weird shit that happened. None of these things actually annoyed me more than some of the choices made with the story though.
I can't break through the cage. Maybe we go through the furnace. No, it's too hot in there. You got any better ideas? Hard choices, right? What are you doing?
Why?
Come on, Harry.
I thought this part was actually funny too. It reminded me of Spiderman 3. If you hit the wrong buttons and the building blows up and the chick dies, the way her face looks right here.
Please, someone! I'm going to die.
Now, I'm all for games not being anything like the movie because those usually suck ass, but Harry being Venom was the most annoying fucking thing. It's alright, him himself, but some of the things that stem from it.
Job always so stressful. Yoga's done wonders for my mental health.
You can see from this clip alone, traversal and presentation is, you know, still amazing during the story.
This way.
Pretty cinematic, I don't have any complaints there, but it just didn't sit right with me that Harry was Venom, and I'm not a comic book buff or anything, so I did go Google and shit. I thought I was right anyway, but yeah, he's never been Venom. So he turns fucking Mary Jane to Venom, and I hated that shit. And that actually leads to my next point, the fucking boss battles. You can pretty much expect to fight every boss 3 times, but the one that especially pissed me the hell off was Mary Jane. Like, why the fuck is she, why am I fighting her anyways? And then they did like some T-Lu shit. Like, I felt like I was Ellie with her with no stealth mechanics. I mean, minimal stealth mechanics. I don't know, whatever. You just had to do it too much. You had to be Mary Jane like 1 time in the museum in Spider-Man 1. You have to be her like 3 times in this game and fight a fucking boss. That's great. Wow, what the fuck, bro?
Symbiote's big, but I'm fast.
Yeah, so the Spiderman have to beat the shit out of these things, the symbiotes, but Mary Jane GF just shoot and R Glamau, it dies. I don't know. I don't like that shit. So getting acquainted with the combat again, since I haven't played Miles Morales in forever, and the original Spider-Man in forever, kind of had to get used to some of it again. So there was a bit of a learning curve in the beginning, but as you can see, like, it's not like I was complete garbage at the game. So I was truly tired of fighting these bosses 3 times, and especially when they call in reinforcements like Craven, and it's insane, man. But I mean, I could complain about that forever. I'm not gonna do that and waste the rest of this review on that. So I guess y'all know how I feel about that at this point. To also critique myself here too, though, I didn't really feel like doing any of the side missions at certain points. It wasn't that enticing to me, so my damage and health and shit, it probably wasn't upgraded the way it should have been, you know, at certain points in the game. I was kind of just playing through. It was still beatable, but I probably definitely made the game harder for myself. But nonetheless, I still had some issues with like visibility with dodging and stuff like that. So let's talk about skills then. The skill system is pretty good to me. It's about the same as maybe what you would expect if you played the first one or Miles Morales. I know I keep saying that, but it's at least what I expected. I do like the symbiote moves. Other than that though, I do prefer playing as Miles Morales. It's a lot more fun. Just kind of the moveset, some of the powers he had. Spider-Man and Miles Morales actually had more satisfying combat than the original to me as well. But like I said, this here, it can feel a little clunky sometimes, not necessarily because of the moves that you have available to yourself, but more so kind of because the enemies. I got a compilation of glitches though at the end of this anyways, and they're pretty much all during combat. So, you know, do what you will with that information. You got a few minor changes with the stealth, besides doing like some dual takedowns with Wraith. This is not necessarily a bad thing, not in my book, but it's just not really a change necessarily. You can do the web lines though, kind of like you would do in Batman Arkham, so there's that. I don't remember if that was always there or not. You do also have some segments that you might be familiar with, either if you've played one of the Rocksteady Arkham games, some of the detective sequences, or the previous Spider-Man titles with similar sequences like this, like in Miles Morales when you were searching for the Prowler caches and shit like that. And if you care, they still have the puzzles and shit like that too. You can skip them though if you suck, So normally at this point, you probably wouldn't have the anti-venom suit. Like I said, I just ran through doing the main story, not really any side missions. So once I got the end game message before you do the last, mission, I decided maybe I should do some upgrades because the game was pissing me the fuck off. So that is why I'm wearing the anti-venom suit, and you actually do have to fight Wraith 3 fucking times. I guess that's the meta here, not entirely sure. I don't know if that was a way to like force you to do side missions or what have you, but I don't know. Didn't like that at all.
You care more about being good than doing good. Always have.
You used to believe we could do both.
Yeah. Then I grew up.
You talk like I've never saved anyone!
Oh, and nobody died under your watch? I know that! You're the one.
So let's talk about swinging around and shit now. Web swinging is still pretty good, and traversal and whatnot, all the parkour and everything, just as you would expect from the previous two titles. Here though, there is the addition of gliding, which totally makes sense because of all the space that you have. Spiders glide anyways, totally understand all of that. At the same time though, like you can hit these drafts and stuff, and it kind of just makes you feel like Iron Man or Superman or something because you can sort of do it forever. It's cool, I understand. We definitely need something like that in the game with this huge space. But at the same time, it's a little bit immersion breaking sometimes. Maybe if he could have like, I don't know, a webbed parachute or something to make it make sense why he's flying that fucking fast. But I don't know. That's just me though. That might not be a complaint for everyone. I don't know. I know it's a video game, especially a video game about Spiderman, or the Spidermans, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that's stupid about science here, but I just felt like maybe you need something larger to go that fast in a draft besides a wingsuit. I don't know. It's the science in me, bro. So I know I said I was going to break up the story into two parts. I basically went into boss battles and started divulging into side missions and shit from that. So I just wanted to include a few other things. So you do get to play as Venom in the game, and it's a few other cool bits within the story. I don't really want to include a whole lot of spoilers, but I'm getting close to the point to where I'm gonna kind of start concluding this thing, and all of this shit's sort of a mashup because my complaints all intertwine with each other. So that actually leads me to the conclusion of this video, and I'm gonna rate the game in chicken sandwiches. So
What is that?
Run! Run!
Breach the last floor! All out security personnel evacuate the science wing now!
The hell with non-lethal! Fire everything! What's that suit doing here?
Harry? Harry, stop! I know it feels hopeless, but we've never been closer to a cure. I know the right one.
So I mean, in layman's, if you can't tell by now, my main complaint is the structure of the boss battles and why the fuck am I fighting Mary Jane, Screamer, whatever, why is she a symbiote? I didn't understand why Harry was one, but I mean, I trust Insomniac. I don't really have a problem with that until, you know, Mary Jane becomes a fucking symbiote. As far as the combat, pretty okay with it. I mean, it feels good. There's some oddities that happen here and there. But for the most part, it's nothing game breaking. It's nothing that's gonna make me say F this game, essentially. But fighting Mary Jane 3 times did make me say that. I didn't even want to do this review anymore. I didn't want to play the fucking game anymore once that happened. So do what you will with that bit of information. So I know earlier in the video I said I was gonna include some glitches. So I have some of those. Like I said, a lot of them were in combat. Played on Spectacular, so I was honestly pissed off that that shit was even happening in the first place. Second to that, though, there was one that kind of happened in a linear crawling section of the game. That was weird. I kind of just like fell through the map. I mean, that wasn't that bad. I just restarted the game or from a checkpoint and it was fine, but I don't know. More so with the end game, I'm about to show y'all this boss battle where Venom totally just stopped taking damage. Like, this nigga's health is depleting from the wrong side of the screen anyways in the first place. It's supposed to deplete from the right side, but it's coming from the left side. This nigga actually gained health during this battle. I don't really know how this happened, but anyways, check this shit out. So I magnified this so you can definitely for a fact see it in case you didn't already. And you're gonna see when this goes away, he has more health. I'm not really sure why. Look, it's going back up. Why? So I didn't even realize this right away. And this is obviously a fight I had to do multiple times, but I had to start over because of this, and that automatically pissed me off. That's why I got hit by his little piranhas or whatever. Also, during the boss battle with Kraven, where you have symbiote Spiderman, you're fighting him and there's these little wooden stakes during the first and second portion of that boss battle, and you can kind of get stuck on them. I got it during the first part, all right, like don't run into them. The second portion though, what the fuck? The camera angle got me killed.
Leave my body for the maggots and heal my— Shut up! I can't do anything until that sound stops!
I know it, cause you're a little bitch. Fucking bitch. I hate you. I mean, it's kind of so aggravating that you're dodging a lot and all of this. You get stuck on them and you keep taking damage. You can't really dodge out of them. And I don't know why you get gonked up like that, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, it also happened when I was fighting Raid 2 with a desk or box or something. I don't know why I couldn't just side flip over it. So that was pretty aggravating as well. And that's me being like really nitpicky. I don't want to feel like I'm picking at scabs with shit like that either. So now it's time for me to review the game in chicken sandwiches. So all in all, Spider-Man 2 is not a bad game by any stretch, but to me, it was mid as fuck in the terms of the story and some of the clunkiness during the combat, but I'm sure that playing on Spectacular played, you know, a huge difference in my opinion on some of the shit. But I do feel like it made some of the issues more profound for me, like the camera angle and combat, since I had to be more timely with the dodges and fuck with the right stick more maybe. Also, I'm not really a fan of fighting all these bosses 3 times. It kind of just made the game longer. Screamer, Mary Jane, whatever the fuck you want to call her, that really pissed me off. Insomniac, please never, ever, ever do that shit again. I'm gonna have to, when I replay the game, I'm gonna have to do it again anyway, so you don't have to do it again for me. Seems like it was kind of just designed to aggravate me, us gamers, whatever. Will I still be buying the next game? Yes, absolutely. Any DLC, of course, I'm still gonna buy that shit. What else am I gonna do? I can kind of see the direction this is going in, though, being able to play as Miles maybe in the next game, these electric powers. It feels like I'm just going to be playing Infamous again at some point, which is not really a bad thing, but it is something to think about. And I don't know, this thing with Mary Jane, it really irked me playing as her too. It made me feel like I was Abby more so. I know I said Ellie earlier, but I don't know, she got some broad shoulders and you be beating people asses, but you can only get hit once. I don't know, she was on some Abby shit. So kind of because of this, I'm giving this whole 8 macaroni delicioso chicken sandwiches out of 10. Before y'all niggas start, I already know that there's more side missions to do and all of that. I wasn't trying to do that right now. I'm really trying to play Cyberpunk, which I began to play. So yeah, I'm still gonna play all that shit, but 8 out of 10 for the time being. And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching the video. If you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, leave a comment telling me what you didn't like or what I need to do or that I suck at the game. Appreciate it.